right, Tucker, thanks so much. Chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes claim the lives of 1.6 million Americans every single year.
But our next guest says simply changing your diet can help you fight or even prevent these diseases and live longer. Dr. Michael Gerger is the author of the brand new book called How to Not Die. Discover the foods scientifically proven to prevent and reverse disease. How not to die. Nice to see you this morning, Doc.
So glad to be here.
All right, so let's dive into some of the foods that can prevent these types of illnesses. Is it inflammation? Is that one of the biggest issues?
Certainly, inflammation can contribute to chronic disease, but there are foods that can reduce inflammation within our body.
All right, let's start with the beans down here at the end of the table.
Sure. So the intake of legumes, which is beans, split peas, chickpeas, and lentils, appears to be the best dietary predictor of survival for older people around the world, decreasing premature death rates 8% for every 1 ounce. So the American Institute for Cancer Research recommends 3 servings a day. So I agree with that. So that's ideally beans every meal.
But how do you get them into every meal? I mean, what do you do? Put them in your omelet, I guess? Put them on your salad?
Put it on anything. So what I do is I always keep an open can of beans in the fridge, front and center, and so it always reminds me, I'll put some on myself, put some on anything I'm eating.
Or just get out a spoon.
All right, red cabbage.
Yeah, red cabbage. So greens are the healthiest foods, particularly broccoli family vegetables such as collards and kale. But, you know, cabbage fits into that same family. Plus, purple and red cabbage has those special nutrients, those eyesight and brain-saving nutrients that are found in berries, but at a fraction of the cost.
It's a lot cheaper. Yeah, it won't break the bank.
Yeah, so I always keep purple cabbage in the crisper, slice off shreds, garnish, health-promoting, colorful garnish.
There you go.
We just had mushrooms on our pizza the other day. Was that
mushrooms? The mushrooms and the tomato sauce may have been the healthiest parts of that pizza, actually. So mushrooms, just like there are these special cancer-fighting compounds in broccoli family vegetables that aren't found anywhere else, you know, mushrooms have special nutrients found nowhere else in the plant kingdom because they're not even plants. Eating just plain white button mushrooms, doesn't have to be fancy mushrooms like this, can so boost our immune system it reduces our risk of upper respiratory tract infections like the common cold.
Next up, flax seeds. Why are they good for us, and how can we incorporate them into our diet?
Yeah, so flax seeds appear to work 2 to 3 times better than the leading blood pressure drugs, but without the side effects. They also reduce inflammation, they also cure constipation, and they also help control blood sugar, triglycerides, and cholesterol. But they have to be ground up. Nature's hard natural whole is actually a little too good protection, so we need to use a spice grinder, a good coffee grinder, or blender to grind them up so we actually absorb them instead of just have them pass through us.
All right, my wife's a big fan of the tea. Why is tea so special?
Oh, well, there's actually 2 types of tea I recommend, green tea and an herbal tea called hibiscus. Hibiscus tea, head-to-head against the leading blood pressure drug, found to work just as good without the side effects, though they don't call it sour tea for nothing. It's important to rinse one's mouth out after drinking hibiscus tea because the natural acids can hurt your enamel.
Yeah, and you mentioned after you had your tea, open up the bag, put it in a smoothie or something, and you can get even more nutrients.
Except for Chinese tea because it has a little too much lead.
Okay, you want it from Japan instead of China.
All of this is in the brand new book, How Not to Die, and you obviously mentioned all the leafy greens. You can go through all of that. Doctor, great to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're getting out our paper for our grocery list now. Appreciate it.